All right, let's jump right in. Have you ever looked around and wondered why some people just seem to create the life they want, almost effortlessly, while so many of us feel stuck? Well, I can tell you the secret isn't luck, and it's definitely not some random accident. It's all about intention. And today, we're going to break down a framework that shows you exactly how to make that kind of deliberate, intentional change happen in your own life.
This quote right here, this is the foundation for everything we're about to cover. It's such a powerful reminder, isn't it? That we are meant to be the architects of our own experience, not just passive observers watching life happen to us. So, the big question is, if change doesn't just happen by accident, how do we actually create it on purpose? Well, let's dive in and find out.
And the best part is, this isn't some high-level, abstract theory. Nope. We're talking about 5 simple, super practical steps that become unbelievably powerful when you actually apply them consistently.
So, here it is. This is our roadmap. We've got 5 pillars: clarity, mindset, emotion, action, and trust. Now, it's really important to think of these not as separate one-off tasks, but as this totally interconnected system. See, each one builds on the last, and together they create this powerful engine for real transformation. Okay, first up, clarity. Look, this is the absolute bedrock of the entire process. I mean, think about it. Without a clear destination, you're just wandering around aimlessly, right? You've got to know exactly where you're going before you can ever even hope to get there.
And what's so fascinating is how our actions start to just naturally align once we get that clarity. When you give your mind a super specific target, like a really detailed vision for your health or your career or your relationships, it's like it automatically starts filtering all the noise out and guiding your choices toward that goal. It really is that simple. Vague wishes, they get you vague results. Specific visions get you specific results. Period.
I mean, this puts it perfectly. You can't create what you can't define. Imagine trying to build a house without a blueprint. It's just impossible, right? It would be a mess. Well, your vision is that blueprint for your life. You have to define it with real precision before you can even think about laying the first brick. But of course, a blueprint is just the start. Next, you need the right mindset to actually get the construction going.
All right, let's move on to our second pillar, mastering your self-talk. So once you have that crystal clear vision, you've got to cultivate the internal environment to support it. And where does that begin? It begins with that little conversation you're having with yourself all day, every single day.
You guys, this is so fundamental. Your inner dialogue, it is not just background noise. It's literally the narrator of your life story. And think about it. If that narrator is constantly whispering, you can't do this, or you're not good enough, well, what kind of story do you think it's going to play out in your actual life?
So, okay, how do you actually do this? It all starts with a conscious swap. Every time a doubtful thought pops into your head, you have to intentionally, consciously replace it with a statement of belief. And then you take it one step further. You start speaking to yourself as if you are already that person you're becoming. And listen, this isn't about faking it till you make it. It's about rehearsing your future identity.
All right, now we're going to move from the mind to the heart. This third pillar is all about emotion. And emotion is the fuel that really brings your vision to life. See, it's not enough to just think about what you want. You have to actually feel it.
I love this analogy. Think of your vision as the destination you plug into your GPS. Well, your emotions, that's the gasoline in the tank. If your vision is a life of abundance, but you're feeling lack and scarcity all day long, you've got an empty tank. You're not going anywhere. The whole goal here is to generate the emotions of your desired future right now in this present moment. And this is an active practice. Seriously, you can try it right now. If your goal is to be more confident, what does that physically feel like in your body? How would you stand? How would you breathe? Do it. When you generate that feeling first, it's like you become a magnet for experiences that match it. All right, so we've got our vision, we've aligned our mindset, and we are feeling the emotions. Now it's time for Pillar 4, action. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where theory becomes reality. Because let's be honest, a vision without action is really just a daydream.
And this is where we have to bust a huge myth about success. So many of us think we need to make some giant, massive, life-altering leap. But that's not how it works. Real, lasting transformation is built on small, consistent steps, taken every single day. It's the choice to have the salad instead of the fries, to write just one page, to make that one phone call. It's all those little things compounded day after day after day.
And this is exactly why those small steps are so critical.
Every single action you take, no matter how small, it sends this powerful signal back to your brain, basically confirming, yep, I believe this is possible. I am becoming this person. So your actions don't just follow your belief, they actually prove it and make it stronger with every single step.
Okay, we've reached our final pillar. And honestly, this might be the most challenging one for a lot of us. It's all about letting go. After you've done all the work, you've clarified your vision, you've aligned your mind, you've felt the emotions, and you've taken the action. Now, you just have to trust the process.
And trust me, trust is an active practice. It means you have to resist that urge to micromanage the universe. You know what I'm talking about? It's about doing your part and then allowing the outcome to unfold on its own time. You can't keep digging up the seed to see if it's growing, right? You just have to be patient and let it happen.
This simple little equation right here really captures the whole secret. It's the consistent actions we talked about in Pillar 4, combined with the patience and trust from this pillar. That's it. That's the formula for change that actually sticks. It was never about being super intense for a week. It has always been about consistency over time.
So as we bring this all together, it is so important to remember that these 5 pillars are not some checklist you do once and then you're done. No way. This is a continuous, interconnected practice that you weave into your daily life.
And to help you with that daily practice, try thinking of this less like a to-do list and more like a daily check-in. It's a really simple way to just ask yourself, hey, am I aligned with my vision today? Is my mindset supportive? Am I feeling my future? Did I take a small action? Am I trusting the process? This list right here, this becomes your personal compass for intentional living.
And that brings us to the end of this explainer. But really, it's just the beginning of your practice. It all starts right now with you. So, looking at this whole framework we've just walked through, I have one last question for you. What is one small, simple step you can take today to start moving toward the life you truly want to create?